Hello everyone, welcome to Sci Technical Learning. So let's start with the part 2 of HTML for beginners. So in part 1 we have discussed about the structure of HTML file, simple HTML file with tags, attributes, how to add images, how to add horizontal rules, how to add fonts, text formatting, links and font colors. Now, colors in HTML. So colors are very important to give a good look and feel to your websites. HTML colors are specified with predefined color names or with RGB, hex, HSL, RGBA or HSLA values. So you can provide the colors to the background, to the text or to the borders. So how to add colors to the background? So here, to provide the colors to the background, first we require a particular tag. So here we have used a tag h1 followed by the style attributes. So here for adding colors to the background, we required background underscore color property of style attribute followed by its value. So here value is orange. Then close the bracket and then write the contents. So here we have written contents like hello all participants. Then close the h1 tag. So here for h1 tag the background color will be changed to orange. Similarly for p tag again we required style attribute followed by the property of style attribute, that is background color, followed by its value. And again we require contents like welcome to Sci Technical Learning, and close the bracket and close the tag. Similarly you can provide the colors to the text. Same thing, for providing color to the text we require particular tag followed by the attribute style. Now for providing colors to the text we require color property instead of background color property. So color property followed by its value, that is red. So here the hello world will receive the color that is red. Same thing, we can provide the text color to paragraph as well with the help of style property attribute and its property color and its value blue. Similarly we can provide the colors to the border. So here we have used h1 tag followed by the style attribute, and now we are using border property of style attribute. So here we have used border property. So the border property has three values. First value, that is width of border, that is 2, type of border, that is solid, and color of border, that is tomato. And close the bracket and write the contents. So here we have written contents, that is Sci Technical. So here around the Sci Technical we will get the border with color tomato. Next one, that is style sheet in HTML. So cascading style sheet provide easy and effective alternatives to specify various attributes for the HTML tags. So with the help of CSS you can control the color, font, the size of text, the spacing between the elements, what background images or background colors to be used, how elements are positions and layout, different display for different devices and screen size, and much more. So there are three different ways of CSS in HTML. So first way, that is inline style CSS. So with the help of inline style sheet, it defines the style sheet rule directly along with the HTML element using style attribute. Second one, that is internal style sheet. So it defines the style sheet rule in header section of the HTML document using style tag. Similarly, external style sheet, which defines the style sheet rule in a separate .css file and then includes that file in your HTML documents using HTML link tag. So let's start with the first one, that is inline CSS. So to add inline CSS, which is used to apply a unique style sheet to a single HTML elements. So how to add inline CSS? So we have already discussed about inline CSS. So for writing any inline CSS, we require style attribute followed by its property and its value. So this is called as a inline CSS for particular tag. Similarly, internal CSS. So internal CSS is used to define a style for a single HTML page. So to define internal CSS, we require style tag, and inside style tag we require certain types of attributes. So here we have used attribute or tag, that is body. Similarly, we have used body h1, that is different tag. Similarly, p tag. So with the help of body, we can provide the property for that particular body tag. So here it's property and value. Similarly, for h1 tag we have color property and its value. So we are defining that particular internal style sheet inside the head tag, which is called as a internal CSS. Similarly, external CSS. So an external CSS sheet is used to define the style for many HTML pages. So for example, here we are using external CSS, that is link space rel, that is equals to style sheet, followed by the h reference, that is the location of external style sheet. So here we are using mystyle.css, that is the external style sheet file. Next one, that is how we can use that particular CSS. So here first we have used head tag, and inside head tag we have style tag, and for style tag we have certain types of style for different elements of HTML. So for h1 elements we are providing certain rules like colors, font family, font size, etc. Similarly, for p element again we are providing certain things like border, padding, margin, etc. Then we need to close style element as well as head element. So let's start with the demonstration. So here we have first, that is doc type HTML, second one HTML tag, third one head tag, followed by the title tag, which is basically used to display the title. Now how to add internal CSS? So we have already seen that internal CSS can be added in head tag with style tag, and we are providing the CSS for the different elements like body, h1, p. Similarly, we can add external CSS as well with the help of link tag. Now move to the body part. So here we are using style, background color and light gray. That means for the background we are providing light gray color over here. So same thing for particular tag, we can also provide the background color. For example, for h1 we are providing background color like orange. Similarly, for p we are providing background color that is slate blue. Similarly, we can provide the text color. So for providing text color we require color property of style attribute. Similarly, for providing border color we require border property for that particular style attribute. And to use inline CSS we simply require style and its property followed by its value. So let's run that particular file. So here we can say that here we are having the background property, we are providing color as well, we are providing border color as well, and here we are providing inline or internal CSS. So thank you everyone for watching this.